folks. We're back at work, so we're doing a check after work here. And I can see there was some tracks coming down my trail here. And got a little bit of snow here in the past couple of days. So here we go. We got a snow bump. I'm just gonna, looks like some other coyotes came to check it out. Just gotta get my gloves on here. Okay, I got the gloves on there. Let's see what we got here. Not too bad of a coyote. It's froze solid here. It's been a little bit cool here. Past couple days, minus 20 kind of thing, from earlier when it was plus 15 a couple weeks ago, and then now we're minus 5, now minus 20. But here it is. I'll collect it and we'll go around and we'll take a look at it back at the shop. Right on. So we got December 4th here, mid-afternoon. Brandy and Blake cut up that elk there. Yesterday I was out doing a fur handling workshop, so I gotta catch up on my baiting and stuff like that. So I brought these in. They're outside, froze, too stiff. I can't get them out of the tubs. Don't worry, I'll take Blake's deer head out and skin it up there. So gotta work on the shop, clean it up. I got these coyotes here that I caught the other day, number 2 and 3 for the year, just trying out, see how they look, and then we'll get cleaning this up and hopefully we have a good season here. Well, look where we are now. So we dumped off that stuff just up here, but it's all gone. Snowed a little bit, drifted in. No wolf tracks, just coyote and deer going through here. So it doesn't look like it took them long to clean that up. So we're gonna bring more in and go from there. So just looking in a little bit here, there's some bigger tracks, bigger than a coyote, so a young wolf possibly. He's been coming around. Just circled, didn't really go to the bait. The hides right there I found underneath the snow there, but they're just kind of wandering around and not committing to it, which is fine. Let's see if we can find the nice bigger track here. So kind of where the grass is disturbed, looks like that's where it came from. And we'll look around some more and then dump off our stuff and just get this rolling here. Pretty warm today. Warmed up to minus 4 and the wind's just blowing here. And clean up the shop a little bit, getting the bait out. I'm gonna go get some permission from some landowners and we'll see how she goes. Yeah, interesting. The wolves didn't go right to it, they just kind of circled to check it out, which I like that they're here, and we'll figure them out. All right, best get going here and we'll catch you guys at the next spot there. Okay, so we hit 2 baits so far. We dropped off that stuff at the wolf bait before we're going to start targeting the wolves here, and then we went to another one where they've seen wolves, but we've never caught a wolf. Seen a few tracks last year, I think, there, but never did connect. So we're gonna focus more on that this year. They did see a pup wolf there earlier in the season, so we'll see if they come back through. It's one of those spots where you see them once or twice kind of thing, and that's it for opportunity. But at this other bait here, we dropped off a beaver there, a summer damage control beaver, and my elk rib cage and the guts there and the head from before. So this is where we went for a little walk inside. Lots and lots of sign here. Driving up, the trails are just beat up. So what we're gonna do is go back to the shop and to get things ready, and maybe next weekend we're gonna get stuff rolling pretty good. We're not gonna trap too hard, target more wolves like I said. The coyotes will play with a little bit, and marten. I'm gonna try and go to the registered trap line there this year, just check it out and go after some lynx and some marten and some fisher. Gonna open up a little marten line here as well, just waiting for a bit more snow so we can skidoo into it, make it easier. And I gotta go knock on a door and see if I can get permission where they have wolf problems there. But we're gonna drive around here and see what we see, and hopefully there's a few wolf tracks around. But yeah, all right, I'll catch you at the next spot. Well, we're getting the shop cleaned up a little bit. Brandy's gonna be mad when she sees this. So we just cleaned this and she scrubbed that clean yesterday. So something's leaking over there. Didn't think it would do that again, but shop is getting set up. I just gotta figure this out a little bit. I'm missing my rack already. I'm so used to it. It's a little bit different. Getting used to. Young lad there shot a nice deer, brought it to get cleaned up. And I just thought I'd show you that in 1 week, a week and a couple days, how much a coyote changes. This one was caught there about a week later after the one in the earlier video, and these two were caught the same day, and that was nice and clean and prime. You can see this one's gonna be just a little bit thin along the back, just because it hasn't come in 100%, but the rest of it's really good. No guard hairs sticking out. Really nice. We'll see it once we flip it and brush it here. Okay, so we got the other one here. We'll just take a look at it. It's got some bite marks going on down here, but it's prime. There's no guard hair sticking out. Maybe the odd little one right there, but really not too bad. And this is, I don't know how well it'll show up. I'm trying to get some different angles here. So you can see it's sunken in a little bit. Right here, that's down the center of the back. That's where they prime up last. Top part, the Grotzen. And here's nice. Just needs a little bit more under fur right here in the middle. Then it'll be all primed up. There you go. We'll flip this one here and take a look at it. Okay, we got this one here. It's a little flatter than the other one. It's got a bit of static here, so it's not showing up that good. But it doesn't have that dent, but it's a little bit, it's a shorter nap coyote there, not as long of back fur. But it doesn't look too bad. Once they dry up, I'll show you guys. I'll snap them and then show you the difference between the two when they're done and fluff them up. Okay, I'm gonna take out some beavers for bait here and start getting things ready for baiting this weekend. So we got that little mess cleaned up there. Tomorrow I'm gonna take this hide, roll it up, and freeze it and tie it there so that the birds and wolves and stuff like that can peck at it a little bit. Here I got some beavers and some summer hides that are a little bit rotten. So put those out of the baits, and then these beavers here, I will cut them up and use them for marten bait and get that going. I should have had these out last week, but the shop was a mess. And yeah, here we go. Season's gonna get going here. All right, December 9th. We're just getting ready here to take some of this bait and spread it out. And yeah, go get things set up. Well, we're just coming into the bait here, getting things lined up. Got a little bit of turd here. It's got some hair, looks like deer. Scraping. Some big coyote tracks here. See what happens. Okay, just out checking a few things there. I dumped off a couple pails of bait. Then I realized I forgot to video that. Not a big deal. And just on my way out, like last year at this one spot, I looked at a location. I thought, oh, it'd be a good spot. And just kind of bypassed it after that. But thinking about it today, this is pretty nice. So it's bigger woods, you get further back. And then you got the willows in here up close. I'm gonna go for a little walk here, just on the back side. I think I can do some damage on the back side there. It looks really good. And there's a game trail that travels through, and I know the wolves go through there. I've seen their tracks last year. But this year, no wolf tracks there. So we'll see what we can make happen. I'm gonna go dump some more guts here over at this other bait not too far away, and then we're gonna see what I have for leftovers, and then do a snare count tonight and come out tomorrow morning and hang snares there. I was hoping to get some bait out, some pigs, but my source there ran out, so we're gonna have to figure something out there. But anyways, we're out baiting today, just checking things out, and no hanging snares. I'll do that tomorrow or Sunday. Could do it all at once, but I just don't want to get all stinky and then have to worry about my scent and stuff like that. So the next day I'll just come out, clean gloves and all whatnot, and then we'll go from there. All right, I'll catch you at the next bait. Okay, we're at the other bait there. Drove around a little bit. The landowner opened up some more trails. He has some logged out areas with some good undergrowth here. So I think I'm going to stick with the same spot I had last year, and maybe later on I'll bring the skidoo out and check things out here. But for now, I'm going to kind of get things going in the same spot. Lots of coyote tracks and whatnot coming through here, so there's lots around the corner, and then they cut into the bush. So we've been here before. This is where a lot of the coyotes came from, across the field, and came and ate over here. And then some went over there. But I got stuck lots there last year, and this year he kind of worked it up right along the bush. So it's going to be a little bit tougher going here. So we'll see what happens. Just going to back into right here and dump off the guts, or maybe I'll go back this little spot right there and dump off the scraps and whatnot, and then we'll give it some time to soak. The wolves have been through here as well. The landowner said that his neighbor's seen a pack of wolves of 4 or 5 come through here. So maybe later on, if I get things going on good here, I might bring some pigs or whatever and get a really big bait going out in the middle and see what happens over there. And we'll just play here with the coyotes a little bit. Coyotes aren't going to be worth much this year, so we're not going to run a lot of baits. And like I said, I'm going to try and go to the trap line a little bit. So I'll just be doing like weekend checks or evening checks here, and then run out of the trap line. Fur buying's picking up, lots of calls there. Some prices are getting a little bit better, so guys are interested, but coyotes dropped off, so you'll lose some guys there too. All right, I better keep going here. Got stuff to do. Catch you in the next bait. Yep. Look what we got here. Some wolfie tracks. And there's a line up here that they went into, but they've been all over out here. They went in here and went in there. So I'm going to go into my main trail here where they went in fairly steady. A couple different wolves. So I'm just gonna look around for some trails here, and brought a deer. We'll dump that off, and we'll see if we can set something up here today. Nice to see. So it's looks like, what I can tell roughly, it's impossible to tell right here, but looks like there's 4 or 5 kind of hanging around. So what I'm going to do is grab my snares and just walk this back trails all the way around here. Just make my own trail, and then if I find their main trails, I'm going to snare up on them pretty heavy, and we'll take it from there. But they were here over the past couple of days. We got a little bit of snow through the night, and then there's fresh tracks on top of it. So you can see this is older stuff here, and then over that way there's fresh tracks. Right on, let's get busy. I'll drag that deer in here too, just to keep the birds, and maybe the wolves will smell it a little bit more. I'm just gonna go up here and take a look too. I don't know how well this will show up, but they pace back and forth on the truck tracks here. Afraid to go in. Kind of milled around here a little bit. One went in there, another one just back there. I'm pretty sure they came off this pond and back here, where I'm gonna go and catch some beavers later on here. So we'll get set up, at least get half dozen snares or more put out here. And then I'm gonna carry on over there and check that out. Okay, so we had a couple go in here 2 times. One came out, one came in, they branched off, and then some more went in there. So this is gonna be snare number 1 right here. See how we make out. So I'm just here setting the second snare. I'm thinking, man, is this dark? How come it's dark so early and I couldn't really see, and things were blurry, and then I realized I had my sunglasses on, not my normal glasses. But this is snare number 2. I'll show you here at good trail. A couple wolves passed on it there, and should be lucky. Keep our fingers crossed. So I'm kind of tucked behind a tree here. The main trail is right here where it comes in. You can see down here a couple passes. So I'm anchored to a nice green tree here. Drilled my number 9 support wire in right there, and my loop's there. She's about 16 inches wide and the right height. So now I want to cross their trail here. So I'm going to come up and take a big step and then wander through the bush here. So there's our snare. Doesn't get much better than that. So I'm going to step across their trail, not to give too much disturbance, and I see there's more trails joining in over here. So we'll head over there. Okay, we're just making our way through here. The birds want to get back on that bait pretty bad. But here's the trail we're going through. Popped a snare right there. Nice pinch spot. Got our little marker up here. And snare number 5. And about 100 or 75 yards. So we'll keep working our way around and find the perfect spots. Okay, the heavy trail goes right by this tree here. So I'm going to put a snare there. Carries on, goes around here, and goes out. Doesn't have much for options. I'm probably going to go see if we can get to this tree here. See what we can do. You can see there's a bed here from a wolf. Probably last night, or could have scared him off today. Who knows? So I'm gonna put 2 here. Seems like a good spot. And then I got to carry her around. I'm only halfway through. So, and I expect there to be some good trails over there. Might have to come back first thing tomorrow and put some more snares if I run out. See what I got in my little tickle bag. All right, let's get it hanging. So my snare's just at that tree that's got the dark base there. I made it to this one, but it's just too long of a stretch out, and it's just coyote tracks here. Looks like wolves laid down and then come back and just circle around on a trail there. And we got coyotes here, so gonna carry on. Looked good for a minute. Okay, a lot of these trails are coyote trails, so I'm not gonna set on there because I'm gonna save my big snares for coyotes. If I get a couple coyotes here, then I'll bring them out power rams, clean up the coyotes after that. But right now I just want to focus on the wolves here. About 3/4 of the way around, and this is going to be the area that I'm expecting to see more wolf tracks here. A bit more activity, coyotes mainly, old wolf tracks here. I'm going to put a snare right in here, a nice little spot where they're going right through, and everything else is not, it's pretty open here, hard to find a good pinch spot, but it's also enough underbrush that they're going to stick to the trails like this one here. And this one pretty much circles the whole pond so far, and with the odd chute that goes into the area where the bait is over there. And yeah, carry on. I'm expecting to see more activity up here because that's the side they were coming in from. All right, see you at the next snare. Okay, still working my way around here. Here's one of the heavier trails that I was thinking I'd see. We were on it just last night. A little bit of snow there, and this is the best pinch spot. Everything else opens up too much down there between two trees, and they'll be looking out into there, so hopefully they don't notice the snare. I'm gonna plop her in right here. Maybe I'll give you an after photo. Okay, so there's the support wire. The loop's just there, blends in really good. That black cable, can barely see it. See if I can zoom up. It's a bit of a teardrop because that snare got hung up in my bag and I had to pull it around a little bit. So I compensated by bringing it up higher off the ground. So it'll be a good high catch on it. All right, we were that way. Gotta go slow here, make people sick. Now we're heading that way. Alrighty, so some wolf beds here. So they laid down there, came through here, kind of joined up and headed toward where that last snare is. But here's another good spot, another pinch spot. So I'll slap one in. They're coming off the field there, so that's good. And then I think I might be able to get one more in over here when I walked it, like the road in. So 2 more maybe. So there's a big bed there, another big one over there. So I'd say, and another bed maybe back there. At least 4. It's my guess. All right, get it hanging. All right, so burnt a bit of time there. I'm gonna go check another bait there and see if there's wolves around there. And yeah, I was gonna hang one more snare, but I forgot an extra wire, support wire to hang the snare, but so we got her figured out. So we got a dozen snares in there, and we'll see what happens. We got all their main trails covered. So they did come the way I thought they were gonna come. That's why I put that bait in there. From other years where I see where they came off this creek system, they came right through that area, so that's working out good right now. And it is a spot where a guy can sneak in and maybe get a shot at one, who knows. But I'm gonna play with that for a bit. Then I'm gonna do a lure, just a stink pail, and see if I can draw them into that and have it all kind of pre-set up to a different spot, just in case they get leery there. And we'll play around. So we're gonna head off to the next bait. I gotta drop a deer off there, and then we're gonna go to another spot and check some cameras and see what's going on. But right on, good sign.